Today, AMD's finally making some changes. Intel confirms next-gen release, AMD's getting rid of everything, and here we go, Nvidia. Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, AMD recently released a new driver. And this one comes with a new tool that's not made for gamers, though it will likely help them. It's actually made for developers. As you can see right here in this announcement, it says, if you are a graphics programmer, you may have encountered situations when you thought, why is my application crashing or working incorrectly on this particular GPU? If only I could disable some optimizations done by the graphics driver or enable some extra safety features, I would check if the bug goes away. Or if you don't have the source code of your application on the machine where you're testing and be able to reconfigure it, you could say, I wish I could pretend my GPU doesn't support ray tracing or force off VSync and see if it helps. Or maybe you even thought, I suspect this is a bug in the graphics driver. I'm sure developers at AMD have some secret tools to control it that helps them with testing. If only such tool was available publicly. Well, that tool is now available and it's called Driver Experiments. As you can see right down here within this, you can very quickly disable certain features, like you can disable mesh shader support, disable sampler feedback support, disable variable rate shading, or you can even mess with the shader wave sizes. All of this is now available. Now, some people seem to view this as AMD offloading the work to developers. And while I do get that sentiment, obviously, AMD drivers have not exactly been known for being the best out there, but I really think it's a good thing for both AMD and devs. For one, this would obviously allow game developers to pinpoint exactly what part of the driver is causing the issue so AMD doesn't have to. But it's also good because if it isn't a driver issue, developers can find that out by using this tool so they can then go back to looking at their own code. Unless, of course, it's caused by something that can't be turned off here. Either way, this really does look like something that's pretty interesting, and I do really think will not only help AMD's drivers, but also help get updates that fix issues with games on AMD GPUs much faster. So at least to me, it's a win-win for everyone. And next up for today, Intel's next-gen Arrow Lake S CPUs are apparently coming and coming fast, and at least according to this, it looks to be official. As you can see right here, it says the CPU maker has confirmed the release date of its new desktop CPU series, which also marks the introduction of their new desktop platform featuring the LGA 1851 socket. They further go on to say that we have independently learned from multiple sources that Intel is now inviting media and influencers to a special announcement briefing. This briefing will disclose the first details on the Core Ultra 200 series and will be followed by a Q&A session. This event is not public, and the information shared during the event will remain under embargo until October 10th. So basically, from all of this, here is what we have. We have October 7th. This is apparently a pre-launch press briefing. Then the actual announcement itself comes on October 10th with reviews and sales going public October 24th. Basically, it's looking like both AMD's Ryzen 9000 X3D chips, well, more specifically the 9800 X3D, as well as Intel's next-gen CPUs are set for release very close to one another, meaning this could be a very interesting launch, and we'll have to see which ones come out on top. And if you love staying up to date on all the latest PC hardware releases, make sure you subscribe to Gamer Meld. And next up, if you saw my most recent video, you know that there was actually a leak claiming that AMD had a major oversupply issue right now with their current gen RDNA 3 GPUs. Well, that looks to be the case, as you can see right here, apparently there is a GPU deal frenzy for AMD's RX 7000 GPUs. Moving on down here to show you exactly what I'm talking about, you can see that there's quite a few GPUs that are now significantly discounted. For starters, we have Power Color's 7700 XT is down to just $349.99 on Amazon and Newegg. And of course, I will have affiliate links to these down in the description below. Of course, next-gen GPUs are likely not too far off. It supposedly has been delayed, but this is actually why they're lowering these prices, at least according to that leak. But still, If you're still interested, especially because these are really good prices, I will have these down in the description below. They don't cost you anything more and it helps the channel out. Either way, moving on, there's also an XFX 7900 XT that's all the way down to $659.99, and finally 7900 XTX all the way down to $870. And don't forget that the reason why they are apparently doing this is because supposedly, according to this, RDNA 4 is much better price to performance, meaning if they released RDNA 4, but apparently because of this oversupply, they are delaying it, because if they were to release RDNA 4 because it's so much better price to performance, RDNA 3 GPUs would stop selling. And lastly for today, it looks like Nvidia is handling their next-gen GPU release very differently, though of course they actually don't have any kind of oversupply or anything like that, so it is understandable. But as you recently saw last month, there were some rumors claiming that Nvidia's RTX 4090 graphics cards could soon be going away, paving the way for the RTX 5090. Shortly after that, Nvidia's RTX 4090 started to go up in price, showing that it likely is the case. Well, it looks like that really is the case, and they're moving this even further. As you can see right down here, this one comes from the Board Channel's forum, and according to this, so what's happened so far is that the RTX 4090 and 4090D, the GPU production itself ended in September, while the GPU supply for AIBs is apparently ending this month, which likely will mean that it's flat done. You can see right here, 3D Center, it says PCGH on the fate of the 4090, quote, "The major distributors are no longer allowing orders. The fastest graphics card on the market is currently being discontinued." Basically, if you were hoping to purchase an RTX 4090, you may want to do that, and soon. Though, obviously, if you're willing to wait a little while, you likely want to do that for the RTX 5000 series. But here's the thing, it actually doesn't end there, because according to this new leak, it says that the RTX 4080 Super is also ending GPU production this month, with actual GPU supply with AIBs ending in November. Not only that, but also according to this, the 5080 series will apparently be released simultaneously with the RTX 5090 and 5090D. Ultimately, it looks very clear here that Nvidia is gearing up for their next-gen GPUs. Fingers crossed they don't force people to put a mortgage on their house to be able to afford one. So while that does it for today, are you pumped for Nvidia's next-gen GPUs, or are you more excited for the more mid-range RX 8000 GPUs? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.